This is Aproko Bus Driver, aka Precious Ifeyinwa Ibekeme. Still in line with the loving apples but hating trees. In this video, she is commenting on a video made by
this scumbag, lying, scummy piece of shit
that calls himself here the light of Africa, more like darkness of Africa. Let me allow you to watch the darkness of Africa's video.
You see a man like Obi Kubana with all the wealth of the community and yet carry only one selfish wife who will come there and block the inflow of other girls into that family. It's time for single ladies to get up and tell monogamous wife that it is either you shift or you get out. A man doesn't belong to a woman. A man belongs to the society. So the women comes to benefit from the side. No woman claims ownership of a man. It is a man that owns a woman in our culture. Any woman in fighting a man from bringing in another wife in the compound is an evil woman that must be sacked in the house. This minute as you are watching this video with me, any woman you have in your home that claims your ownership and refuses to allow other girls to come into your house is simply an evil, devilish woman that must go back to her father's house this morning.
All right, you have heard him. He is promoting polygamy. Now let's hear what Aproko has to say in reply to the
scumbag.
I mean, this guy is a graduate. He went to university for how many years? Graduated only to come out and be advising people to be part of polygamy. That is the best thing that can happen to anybody, polygamy. And in my own opinion, I don't see anything good in polygamy. I will not advise anybody to be part of polygamy because all these beggars, you will see children on the road begging all the time. You know, you see them, they will carry plastic and they will be begging for money. Those types of things are product of polygamy. Why would a man want to have so many wives? Because he wants to have so many children. In this type of economy right now, in the kind of economy Nigeria has at the moment, is what you are advising people for them to be polygamous in nature in order to have children. What's the meaning of having 13 children but 13 no one? Instead of having numerous children, but you are not able to, train them in a proper way, it's better you have 1, 2 at most, or at most 3. Have few, but give them a better quality life than having numerous children and you are bringing children out in the world to suffer. The way this guy talks about men and women, this guy believes that a man has right to protect his love, but a woman has no right to protect the love of a man she loves. I mean, this guy is a graduate, but the way he talks sometimes, I begin to ask myself, why would a graduate be talking like this? A man has right to take as many wives as he wants, but a woman has no right to question the activities of that man. For him, a woman has no right to ask questions. For him, a woman is of a lesser being than a man. I mean, and you said you are a graduate. You see outside people, they have numerous children, they can't be able to take care of them. And you see them lining up in the streets, begging. Is that the kind of life you want to give your children? You are advising people to have numerous wives that they cannot take care of. You are advising people to have numerous children that they cannot take care of. Any reasonable person, knowing the kind of economy Nigeria is in right now, will advise people to have fewer children that they can be able to take care of. This guy, me, I don't understand though. I don't just understand how your brain take the wire. I don't understand. You're a graduate, for God's sake. The kind of thing that comes out of your mouth sometimes, he will go off point and he will be talking nonsense. This present economy, you're advising men to marry numerous wives and have numerous children. For what now? People who have one wife and even few children, they are not able to take care of them. How much more having numerous wives and numerous children? In this present economy in Nigeria, I pity people that will be listening to this kind of advice anyway. If you know what is good for you, marry one wife that you can maintain, you can be able to take care of. Have few children that you can be able to give quality life. You better have few children and give them quality life than have 13 no one. At the end, they will be lining up, begging. Is that a life?
Good. You all heard her loud and clear. She is totally in favor of monogamy. She even went as far as listing the merits or advantages of monogamy and the disadvantages of polygamy. She is 100% spot on. She is damn right. Polygamy is terrible. The side effects outweigh the benefits. But then, there is the kicker. In line with loving apples but hating trees, she approves of and advocates for monogamy, but she condemns the source of the principle of monogamy. Historically, what ideology has promoted the idea of one man, one wife? Especially right from the word go, it is Christianity, of course. In fact, Christianity happens to be the only religion or the only ideology that specifies that a man must have only one wife and a woman must have only one husband. In fact, here is what Jesus said about this issue. I quote, in reply, he said, have you not read that the one who created them from the beginning made them male and female? For this reason, a man will leave his father and his mother and will stick to his wife, and the two will be one flesh. This is according to Matthew chapter 19, verse 4 and 5. Then later, one of his disciples, that's one of Jesus' disciples, he was later inspired by God to write, let each man have his own wife, and each woman have her own husband. This is according to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2. So Jesus, whose step Christians try to follow closely, laid it out right from the beginning of Christianity, one man, one wife. So my question to Aproko is, do you sincerely believe that if not for Jesus, would you have had the temerity to advocate for monogamy? The Jesus you love to hate? Of course not, because men in their imperfect state are attracted to polygamy despite the very numerous negative effects it can have on people and even on the society, even on they themselves, the men. Many of these negative effects have been highlighted by Aproko in her video. So, if not for Jesus, who actually spoke up against polygamy, no man would have wanted monogamy, and no man would even let a woman speak up in favor of monogamy. That woman will be viewed as by such men as challenging the power of the men, and they will not care about the ill effects of polygamy, of course. So, because Jesus spoke against polygamy, many men that his message touched and changed knew that they had no choice other than complying. No religion nor ideology promotes one man, one wife, except for Christianity. I may be repeating myself, or should I say, for fear of repeating myself, but I must sing it like a song so that it will sink deep into some people's thick skulls. In the Christian teachings, monogamy is emphasized, particularly through the interpretations of the Greek scriptures, also known as the New Testament. The teachings of Jesus and the writings of Paul advocate for sanctity of marriage between one man and one woman. For example, Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22 to 25 speaks about the relationship between a husband and wife in a monogamous context. In fact, let me read it. It says, let wives be in subjection to their husbands as to the Lord, because a husband is head of his wife, just as the Christ is head of the congregation, he being savior of this body. In fact, as the congregation is in subjection to the Christ, wives should also be to their husbands in everything. Husbands, continue loving your wives. Pay attention. Husbands, continue doing what? Loving your wives, just as the Christ also loved the congregation and gave himself up for it. It is very clear that a responsible husband cannot do such a thing for his wives, because he will not be able to divide himself. He will not be able to divide his love. Neither can he do it for one of his wives, because he will be engendering jealousy and animosity, and that's going to create a very toxic environment. But that he can easily do to his or for his wife without any problem at all. Someone should tell Aproko to at least acknowledge the fact that the Western view of monogamy is rooted in the Bible. The Bible is the source of this viewpoint. In one of her latest videos where she talks about the Constitution, my question is, did the white man just, or does she think that the white man just woke up one morning and decided to make a law that a man must marry only one woman? I mean, it is clear that that idea was gotten from the Bible. So guys, please leave a like. If you like this video, please, or if you have any comments, please drop your comments in this comment section, and please subscribe. It is free, no hidden charges involved. See you next time when we continue with our activities of answering Aproko.